If you want to save a few $100 by painting your room by yourself, fast, effortlessly, and like a pro painter, well, this is the video for you. Or perhaps you just don't feel like hiring a pro and going through all the process and spending the money. In this video, I'm going to show you all the ins and outs on how to prep a room, what kind of materials you need, and what paint you should use. So stick around to the end, because after this video, you're going to be a pro. Okay, first off, let's run through the list of all the equipment needed to paint a room, which you can get for less than $100. I'm gonna list every single product down in the description to the best prices on Amazon, because trust me, your local paint supply is definitely overpriced. So check the links down below, and it does help the channel as well. So first off, get you a nice terp. This is gonna help to prevent drips once you're rolling or cutting in. You don't need a few of them with one. If you're on the budget, then you can just move it around as you do wall by wall. Then get you a 4-inch nap roller as well as a roller handle. This is gonna help you with cut in, so that way you don't get as many brush marks. Next is definitely a brush. You need to cut in somehow. Get you a fine finish nylon brush. We typically suggest the Putty brand. It's a really good brush, especially if you got a fine finish orange peel texture on your walls. After that, decide if you want to use a 9-inch roller or a 14-inch roller. It depends on how big the wall is, as well as how many cuttings you got. If you got a wall with 1,000 cuttings and the big roller can barely fit, there's no point. Just go with the 9-inch. But if you got a big wall and you barely got any cuttings, then use a 14-inch. It will cover more surface area in less time. Okay, next, you need a roller pole or an extension pole, however you want to call it. If you got a tall wall, go with a 6 foot. If you got a short wall, then just go with a 4-inch roller pole. Make it as basic as possible. Okay, after that, get you either a bucket or a roller tray to be able to spread the paint into the wall. Then get you a few racks in case you get any drips to be able to clean up. Okay, that's pretty much all the equipment needed to start. Like I said, it's as basic as that, but if I forgot anything, it will definitely be linked in the description, so go check it out. Let's talk about how to prep the room prior to painting. First off, if possible, at all costs, try to get all the furniture out of the room and make it as simple and as clean as possible for you to work on. If not possible, then just get you some plastic and tape and start covering everything. Literally everything. If you can cover the floors with some paper, that's even better. It will save you a lot of headaches in the future, because if you get paint on it, trust me from experience, we gotten some paint on furniture before, and it's literally so stressful and painful that your stomach is gonna hurt. Let's check the walls and ceilings, technically the drywall, and see if it needs any repairs. If it does, you can use some compound mud to fill it in, and then use an orange peel can. Then if it's small holes, nail holes, just use some putty, and with the paint it's gonna blend in perfectly. So do all the repairs you need first. We personally always start painting the ceilings first and work our way down, then do the walls, and then lastly do the trim, because you're gonna need to throw lines against the wall with the trim paint. That's the best way it's gonna look, either if you need tape like frog tape, or if you just got a steady hand and you got a perfect sharp line with a brush. You're literally an artist. First thing we do, especially on ceilings, I try to use 95% of the time a 14-inch roller, because it's gonna look more even and flat out. You're not gonna get any roller marks versus a 9-inch roller, because the 9-inch roller is definitely smaller, so you have to roll more and you tend to get roller marks if not done properly. Another tip I want to give you guys is to always put first coat one way. Let's say you do it horizontally, then when you come back and do the second coat, do it vertically. That's literally going to cover it 100% of the time, and you're not going to get any rolling marks. That's definitely a tip you should keep on your mind when rolling ceilings. Next, we do the walls. If you feel like you got a steady hand enough to be able to cut in and make it look sharp, then no need to use tape against the ceiling. That's gonna save you a lot of time. But if you're just starting out or you're just a DIYer, then just go ahead, take your time, get on a ladder, use frog tape, especially the green one. It's really good, and it doesn't let the paint go through it. Tape your ceilings and then cut in your walls. Try to do wall by wall, especially if you're using a satin or eggshell paint. So after the walls are done, let that paint fully dry for at least 12 hours because you're gonna be applying trim paint next to it. And if the color's not the same, you're gonna have a big mess, especially if you're going for a dark to a lighter color. So we do the trim. Either if you feel comfortable, like I said prior, just do it with a brush. If not, just tape it off. No shame. Nothing is lame. You're just starting out. Do the door trims, do the baseboards, the crown if you got any, etc. Work your way down the route. You're pretty much done, baby. It typically takes us 4 hours to do a room, like a 12 by 12 room with 2 guys. So just do the math. If you're doing it by yourself, you probably expect to do it within a day. Hopefully this video helped you out in any way and save you a few $100, man. So do me a favor, subscribe down below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video. And until next time, see ya.